Vigilance. I mean to inspire vigilance, not fear and paranoia. I mean to make you aware of the situation we have. Boy, there's some mosquitoes out here now. The weather's warming up, and Louisiana is infested with things that will bite you. We got alligators, snakes, just like you guys in Florida. You probably have a lot of mosquitoes, but they're crawling all over you, dude. Anyway, imagine that your situational awareness improved. Imagine that you're being watched all the time. How would it feel to know that you have no privacy? Essentially, that's the case we're in. Everyone is under observation. Whether it's the tracking and spying of phones and other tech, gadgets you yourself have purchased, or whether it's the drones and surveillance cameras all around us, even satellites. Even satellites. You're being observed by technology. Not only is this true, but many of us have humans observing us. Our every thought and deed, even. Remote viewers spying on us. And metaphorically speaking, wearing a skull cap to try and understand you better. I call this the observer effect, and we've got AI and all that kind of stuff, algorithms, whatever that means. Because it affects the subconscious mind, that in turn has an effect on our conscious mind and on our habits and involuntary behaviors. Okay, the reactive mind and all that kind of stuff. We may even begin to be affected emotionally and to behave in ways that aren't rational, out of character. Some people are trying to appease shadows, and some people are fighting for power, tooth and nail. There are a couple of options I prefer. I'm talking about viciously, scrapping for power. Tooth and nail, that means they'll bite you and claw your face out, rip your eyeballs out with a spoon, like the Peaky fucking Blinders will do. Alright? There are a couple of options I prefer. One is to live somewhat off-grid or to fully homestead off the power grid. That still doesn't solve the problem or guarantee results. I do guarantee results. It works if you work it. The things that I talk about, the self-help, anything that I tell you about, I've tried it first. And we'll get into some of that later on. Also, the government could interfere and complicate things for those trying to escape the rat race. The next one, you could either aggressively resist and be a whistleblower, or you can accept the circumstances, accept them, and become a pacifist. Passive resistance is the method I prefer. All deep state, quote unquote, activities are terrifyingly, unequivocally evil, right? What do you intend to achieve by becoming combative against covert operations of a psychological nature? Did you know that mentalists who work for private corporate interests could hurt you? I hardly ever question military black ops, although at times I'm painfully aware of their cruelty. Honestly, I think what people call shadow governments, quote unquote, are simply government agents gone rogue or something outside of it that they cooperate with. In that same way, the deep state could represent the private sector's interference with true politics being operative in government, which is truly no big secret. They circumvent all of they find a loophole and they get away with it. Which is truly no big secret. In a later edition, I'll be revealing actual secrets. I'll teach you all about occult theory and the practices of black magic and witchcraft. Some of you will take to the information, understand well, and be better for it. Others may shy away. That's your prerogative. I know that many whistleblowers are out there claiming that they know everything they can say about the occult and all of that, but I can assure you they're not what I am. They're no OTM cartel, and they've not been taught by the practitioners, high priests, priestesses, and high-level initiates who taught us. With that said, goodbye for now. Hey, man, thanks for joining us here on YouTube. Go ahead and find us on TikTok and other social media, X, or if you still call it Twitter, that's fine too. Instagram and Facebook. I've got a couple of profiles that are old that you don't want to look at, but my new and up-to-date profile is still there on Facebook as of today. I don't do a lot of occult there. In fact, almost none, if any. The reason for that is you have to pay. Point blank. So if you stick around, I'll teach you how to take it and spin it in your favor, because it's been operative in your life, and maybe perhaps you haven't known how to do anything about it, or how it was operative in your life, or how it was affecting your subconscious mind. But they use triggers all the time. They do all the time. In advertisement, they're using NLP and stuff like that. But it's when you're scrolling and you don't catch the things that they're doing, that you don't catch how propaganda works either. 9 times out of 10, most people don't. So you're being duped, and I hate to spoil you or treat you like a baby, but I'm going to help you. I'm just kidding. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news. There's really an occult movement, and there's a war on for your mind. No pun intended. Yeah. Yep, so stick around, and later on this page, we will talk more. But in printed format is probably where you'll get the best of the best in later editions. This first one is going to be very affordable. It's just like the manuscript version of what's on here on YouTube, because it's the later editions that are going to be more costly. But it's okay if you don't want that and you just want to follow along and learn about the mind of a maniac. So I love you guys. I'm bipolar as hell. I take medicine. It calms me down. I don't flash out artist anymore.